Good evening, dearly beloved sisters. I want to welcome you to another Saturday edition of our Health Forum. It is my pleasure to welcome everyone. So, you are warmly welcome. If today is your first time of joining us, I want to welcome you. And then, if you're also joining, you've been part of this forum for a while, but you have not attended the Saturday Health Forum, I want to welcome you. If today is also your first time of listening to us via YouTube, I want to welcome you. Thank you for being part of what God is doing in this community. The Lord bless you. So we start our class properly now. So I want to welcome everyone again. Thank you for showing up. The Lord bless you. For the purpose of those who are just joining us, let me introduce ourselves briefly. This is Tabitha Health Awareness. It's a platform where we discuss about our health, especially women's health. And the Lord has been helping us for the past 2 years. And God has given us breakthrough testimonies, recovery, and maintaining our health, maintaining our good health, and we give all the glory to God. So if you're joining us for the first time, it's an online community, and we share tips, we share information on things that can help us to keep the body that God has given to us well and healthy, so that we can fulfill its purpose on earth. And so if you have any medical concern, please, I want to encourage you to see your healthcare provider, your trusted healthcare provider, please. This is not a place where we diagnose. We do not treat and we do not diagnose. We just give information to help us to stay well. On that note, I want to introduce myself. My name is Oluwatosin Gude. By the grace of God, I'm the convener of this forum, and God is just putting me here as a coordinator to help us to put things together, just to coordinate affairs here. God is the one doing His work by Himself. So tonight I'll be talking about a very important, very necessary minerals that many of us ignore. We don't pay attention to it, we ignore it so well. So tonight I'll be talking extensively, no, maybe not extensively, but I will be touching something that is very crucial to us and that we need to pay attention to. So my topic for tonight is on iodine. Iodine, a mineral, a trace mineral that we don't pay so much attention to. And so tonight, so what is iodine? What when you say iodine? Iodine is not the one that we put on the wound. So that's not the one I'm talking about. So when you hear iodine, you hear people talk about the gentle violet that people put on the wound. That's not the purple colored one. That's not what I'm talking about. So I'm talking about the trace mineral that is very, very necessary for our health, especially for women's health. Especially for women's health. Everybody needs iodine, but women especially they need iodine very small but very very powerful mineral. So tonight I will share certain things about it. Now there are many minerals, many nutrients that have been researched by scientists, by experts, that they play a vital role in women's health. Okay, they have done a lot of research, and we have a lot of documentary on certain minerals, certain things, nutrients that are important for women's health. And on this platform as well, we have been able to talk about food and the things that help us to stay healthy. But tonight, let's look at what the researchers and scientists have put together concerning this particular one. Iron is one of such uh, nutrients that has been overlooked. It's one of the nutrients, health that have been overlooked for many by many people, including us as women. So let's look at these important nutrient. Iodine is a mineral. Once you mention iodine, the thing that comes to mind is thyroid. Okay, once you hear iodine, what comes to our mind is thyroid. Or when you see somebody that had goiter or somebody that have a swollen leg, the next thing you want to say that this person doesn't have enough iodine, there's iodine deficiency, and all of that is bringing about this swollen the tumor in the person's neck area. It is largely recognized for the role it plays in thyroid health. Yes, what we know about is that thyroid health is very, very beneficial. But beyond thyroid health, there are so many things the iodine is very important for. Iodine is one nutrient that is often overlooked and often forgotten nutrient when it comes to women's health. Yet it plays very, very significant role in different processes in women's body. From your estrogen metabolism, you say, what are the prevalent hormone in women's health? Everything that controls, that make us called a woman, that make anyone call you a woman is estrogen. Estrogen is one of the key hormones in our body system that deal with reproduction, bringing up baby, puberty, and the likes. And so, for you can imagine iodine is very, very significant when it comes to estrogen metabolism. So, if we are saying that it's very significant for estrogen, so it means that iodine plays a major role in our health. If it's important for estrogen metabolism and also to breast tissue development. Imagine that breast tissue development. That is everything called a woman. So, and today we can see what is happening to women. There's a large number. It's one of the highest number of cancer. The breast cancer has been the highest number of cancer that are dealing with women. Okay, followed by the ovarian cancer. And I will be telling you something, breast and the ovarian, concerning this particular iodine. So I want us to pay attention to what we have to say tonight. So now, please, if you are listening to me, I want you to just give me the emoji sign on each of the voice chats. Thank you. Now, to breast tissue development, to ovulation. So if a woman is not ovulating, there won't be pregnancy. Okay, except a miracle happens somewhere and God decided to what's it call it now, to break protocols. He's the one who created the pattern, is the one who created the system and the process. So if he decides to pass through and break the protocol and do other things, that's it, the way he did in the life of Mary. So that's it. But for us, in a process that he has created, ovulation, iodine plays a very vital role in ovulation. It also plays a vital role in fertile development. That is, when a fetus is formed in the womb of a woman, iodine plays a very vital role in the development of that fetus, and also so many. So that in addition to the thyroid, iodine is heavily concentrated in the breasts. I want you to pay attention to in the breast, in the ovaries, and in the cervix. These three part of a woman is the three critical parts that is giving women issues in today's world. You talk about breast cancer, you talk about ovarian cancer, you talk about cervical cancer. I don't know whether somebody is following me. Three. These are the three major that are creating problems for women. And it's saying studies are showing that iodine is highly concentrated in these three major areas. Interesting to me. Let's go on. Let's dive in more. So let's look at iodine and breast care, breast health, iodine and breast health. Okay, so one of the most exciting and interesting areas of research on iodine is the role it plays in breast health. And to me personally, this is a good and a happy news for me. In particular, the beneficial effect it has demonstrated with regards to breast cancer risk, fibrocystic breast disease, and premenstrual breast issues like the tenderness and the mammary gland dysplasia. Those are some areas that women usually have issues. Okay, and this area that women have issues are something that iodine play very, very big role in. In breast, iodine has been shown to have an antioxidant properties, meaning it helps to protect from cellular damage. You can imagine So, when we talk about, so many times we talk about antioxidant, eat antioxidant rich food and the likes like that. What we are saying is that we eat food that are high in this powerful nutrient, so that there will not be cellular damage. Everything comes down, narrow down to us to the cells. And when there's cellular damage, that is the beginning of problem. Okay. And so it says the iodine play a vital role. It has rich in antioxidant that can help to prevent cellular damage. This is why studies has also revealed that it also revealed that diets containing sufficient iodine are associated with reduced risks of breast cancer. You can imagine. So last week we did a breast care and we, we pay attention to onions. And I share with us why onions was picked. Onions is one particular ingredient that is also very rich in iodine. And it also has certain powerful antioxidant that can help to prevent cellular damage as well. So it is important for you and I to also pay attention to this aspect, that diet plays a very significant role in cancer risk, and in trying to make sure that we prevent the damage from happening. So it also shows us, how this also shows that iodine is also known to promote the development of normal breast tissue and to protect against the formation of abnormal cells. This is amazing. It's iodine, that small tiny thing. You don't need so much, oh. You need little. That small. You can see so much that this can do for us. It's just like I've never even seen this kind of thing before. I've never heard it before. I've had this from my mentor before. And of course, he's also mentioned it during our anniversary when he gave us the anniversary seminar. You see, I wanted to talk about iodine since last year, but I don't know, something happened that I couldn't put it, but I just felt so strongly to talk about iodine, the deficiency of iodine. I did a particular study last year, and the doctor is an expert when it comes to, the only thing he deals with is iodine, the deficiency of iodine. So it did a lot of studies, research work. So when I did that research, then I did that study, I thought it would be nice to share with women on this. And so when my mentor came in on during the anniversary and he talked about it, when we we're talking about fibroid, I said, I think it's about time that we talk about this deeply. Now, the small but mighty mineral is also very important, for the deficiency is also associated with increased risk of fibrocystic breast disease. This is a condition characterized by lumpiness in one or both breasts. Okay, this disease or the problem of women this is a problem, this particular fibrocystic problem affects up to about 50% of women of reproductive age. You can imagine that is huge. 50% of women in reproductive age, fibrocystic affect them, and affect about 50% of women in reproductive age. But the fortunate thing is that, the beautiful thing is that iodine supplementation has been shown to be beneficial in treating this condition. Now, for us that have daughters, that have young children, I think I need to call our attention to this. This is a very crucial part of our health. And for us to hear this, we need to also be thinking about our girls. I am sure that many of us that are here, we're not only here for ourselves alone, we are also here for generation coming after us. That is why I don't see why anyone, except you have other platforms where we have other, health forums like this. Oh, and you're paying attention to them. Fantastic. I don't see why any woman on this platform will be playing or joking with a healthy community like this, where we come to share thoughts like this, because it's not only for you, it's generation coming after us, thousands of generation coming out. Powerful information and knowledge is very, very important. It can liberate us, can make us better, can get us out of what I said. It's ignorance is not an excuse, right? So for us that have girls, or for us, I wish I knew many of the things that I know now, many of the things that I'm informed about now. Honestly, I wish I knew them. Because when I hear certain things, I like to run with it. But I know I thank God for where I am and I thank God for where He's taking me. Okay. Certain things won't happen. Okay. Because I know if I have been able to deploy that thing under God's leading, but God has been faithful. But see, this particular mineral is key to every woman. And so we must be able to think about our daughters, our children, about it, because it seems that iodine is such a lot to women. Okay, such a lot to women, and so I want us to look at this and said, iodine for fibrocystic research is showing to us that if the lumpiness in the breast is as a result of fibrocystic disease, is that it is important for you and I to examine and see our healthcare provider and say, sir, ma, can you please can I do a mineral test? Can I do the level of iodine that I have in my body system? Can I ordinary blood test can do it to know the amount of iodine. And if it's insufficient, it is not enough. It's okay. This might be the reason why I'm having this feeling. Can we increase, or can we supplement with iodine? Do you know something? The unfortunate is that our bodies doesn't produce iodine. So you have to supply the body with iodine. You have to eat food that gives the body enough iodine. It doesn't have to be too much, just a little quantity at a time. That is so much that we can say about breast. You see, now it shows that iodine is talking about linking to tissue in the breast, the nodes in the breast, talking about um, regenerative cells, talking about antioxidant, okay, talking about preventing lumps, talking about all of those things, okay. So it means that it's something that we need to look at when it comes to our breast care. Now, what about the reproductive health, iodine and reproductive health? Aside from the breast health, iodine plays many important roles in women's reproductive health. It is required and essential for ovulation. It is required for progesterone production. It is required for estrogen metabolism. Okay, what about infertility? Iodine play important role in pregnancy and in breastfeeding. Imagine some people have difficulty, they have lactation problems. It's not because they're not taking a lot of fluid. It might just because they have little amount of iodine mineral in them. Okay, it's because studies is showing to us that iodine play important role in pregnancy and also in breastfeeding. Okay, iodine is absolutely essential for babies' development in the womb, as well as for their development in the early years of their life. There's a research that shows in 2018 that suggests that women with low iodine status have a longer time of conception. So you see, you can link it to this because it's very important for ovulation. Some women are not ovulating at all. They call it an ovulation. Why is it? It might just be because now you can begin to trace your mind. It might just be because there is low amount of iodine. Okay, so it might just be that mineral that is creating a problem. Okay, so if you are not ovulating, then there's no chance of conception. And because some people are not ovulating, that's one of the reasons why they're finding it difficult to conceive. And an average of them, those with adequate iodine levels, okay, they have a better chance. Several iodine severe iodine deficiency in early pregnancy is also associated with increased risks of miscarriage. You know, when a woman have low progesterone level, it can cause miscarriage, and there's an imbalance. Progesterone is very important for the growth of the fructure. And if it's not balanced, if it's not in an adequate amount, it will create problems that will cause the fructure to come down. Okay? So you can imagine what we are seeing now when it comes to certain issues that people have around. They're just little information, they're just little things around that creating problems. Now, so it can also cause stillbirth. It can also cause congenital abnormalities and also low birth growth rate. Sometimes when a child, so now I know that progesterone low progesterone, inadequate amounts of progesterone can cause a fruiture in the womb of a woman not to grow. I know that. Now, I'm linking this iodine together with it. So if a woman have that, it may just be that there's an imbalance of this iodine that is not enough in the body of a woman that is making the fruiture not to grow. So you can see how powerful this mineral thing, small but so powerful. So you can see, so it is important that this is looked into. Research has also shown that even mild is a mild, just mild deficiency of this iodine can also create problem in pregnancy and associated with neurological and cognitive impairments in children. Okay, for example, no, research also says that children that are deficient um, in iodine deficiency in mothers are likely to have a low verbal IQ, reading accuracy, and also, comprehension and the likes by the age of 8 years old. So because their mother during pregnancy had low amounts of iodine. So it's a very, 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 very important mineral for us. Food for thought tonight for you and I to go and think about. Could it be deficiency in iodine that is giving us so much of this issue? I remember one of my sisters called me out of great concern. She said, Ma, what is causing this problem? That she used to hear about this breast cancer from afar. Sometimes you think it's far away. The people that she has seen a lot of people. What is causing it? What is causing it? I can't give an answer. So that's why tonight I'm saying that a food for thought for us. Go and think about it. Go and research more about it. Is it deficiency in this mineral? Because a lot of research are coming up. Deficiency in this mineral. And remember, if you were at the orientation, if you are at our anniversary um, seminar this year, the speaker spoke so extensively on iodine deficiency. Some of these things make great problems for us. If it is helping estrogen metabolism, which is some people problem, which is the cause of many people estrogen, is the cause of some people breast cancer issues. It is also part of reproductive, part of I'm not talking about thyroid function tonight. When we get to thyroid function, you will see how critical, how we can link this phenomenal mineral to some of the health issues. It is very important in the thyroid function, and thyroid function is equally linked to liver function. And when liver is not functioning appropriately, there would not be the broken down conversion of C3 to 3,4 that can be readily absorbable for the body. You can see the interconnectivity, you can see how interwoven. So tonight, it's a food for thought for all of us. Let's go and think about it till we come next weekend by the grace of God, where we will talk extensively and close this particular topic. I hope and I wish that the Lord will continue to give us understanding, open our understanding, a deeper understanding to great things, to great information that He wants us to have. Many people, we are praying and God give us a solution. A solution might not come in the form of somebody coming from above and pouring one oil that will kill the thing. It may be one information of research that will give us breakthrough in certain areas of health. I want you and I to go and think about it tonight. And let's come back next week, Saturday, to wrap up on this amazing topic. Do you have enough iodine in your system? Are you deficient of iodine? Till I see you next week. You have a very good night. So tonight, I will be closing this class very soon. But before I close, what I have shared above, I want to summarize it. There are so many reasons, so many women that are deficient in iodine. Iodine. And these iodine, your body cannot produce them. So you must eat food that will help to improve the amount or increase the level of iodine that you need in your body system. If you're not eating healthy, you can imagine the amount of risk that we are putting ourselves into as women if we are not paying attention. So the word is, when you hear people say you're eating healthy, the thing is, oh, these people, they have come. Is that those people that used to overdo, oh, healthy living and no healthy living fanatics. No, no. You can see, let's bring it down. Let's bring it down to to a layman's understanding. There's a mineral that is found in food. Your body can't produce them, but the things are in food, and you're not eating the food. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, you don't have them in your body system. Your body begins to starve because it doesn't have enough iodine. Your body begins to look for alternative. When it's looking for alternative, you don't know the alternative that is sourcing for your body system. It could be deriving and straining your body system, your liver. It could be straining certain organs in the body system. It gets to the blood. Your blood is not supplying enough iodine. Now it begins to cause a degenerative problems in your tissues, in the tissues in your breast. It begins to cause a degenerative problems in the tissues, in our ovaries, in our cervix. You remember we said that three things that iodine is. It is highly accumulated in where in this, and over time, when you are not supplying the body with what is required, what happens? There will be deficiency, and what the body needs to create a balance is beginning to have problems. So you can see where the genesis of certain problems in our health. So when you are an addict of the beverages that is highly loaded in sugar, no, we're not talking today. We are not talking about sugar. You are loaded. Your meal is that meal that is loaded in fats, loaded in bad oils, loaded in all of these things. They contained with the good nutrients that are meant to be in your body system. Aside from that, inappropriate way of eating vegetables, okay, where you don't have understanding, can also put you at the risk as well. Okay, I'll be sharing that thought later. Okay, I will not be able to finish up today because I don't want us to rush this topic. By the grace of God, next week we pick it up again, and then we deal with it, and then talk about food, where we can what we can do, supplementation, where you can get iodine that you can do if you want to supplement with it and all of that. But tonight, just want to sensitize us on what we call iodine supplement or iodine deficiency. If you notice any form of, in fact, at a point, I remember a mentor recommend supplementing a certain amount of iodine. Remember, he said so that it can prevent lumps and it can prevent what? Tumors. Okay. So now I'm taking my mind back. It's giving me a lot. Saying that your iodine is critical for the ovaries, for the cervix, and for the breast. And these three major aspects of our health, it's it's what is creating problems for women. Breast cancer, ovarian cancer, and cervical cancer. Have we a question for you and I tonight? Could it be deficiency in iodine that is creating problems for us? I am not categorically saying that. From my research and from my sharing tonight, what do you think? How do we go about this? Right? What more can we do to ensure some of the things that we have done in our challenge? They are the things to help us to improve certain deficiencies in our body system. And I see a lot of women are not even participating in what we're doing. It's okay. We cannot force, you can force a river to the water, to the stream, but you definitely can't force the same horse to take the water from the stream. That's exactly what is happening. You can bring people to this platform community. It is not everybody who is on this community is doing anything, is doing something. I met a group of people, women, and they said, I just went, sometimes they're tired, and when they see long messages, just swipe off them. What are they talking about, Seth? So imagine, so it happens. But if you have people like that, please, let's come together to get information and knowledge, and not only get it. That's why I do want to extend our teaching tonight. When we get the information, what are we doing about it?